it's clear who's doing the action or who loves Japanese food. It's brother and I. So the answer is number one. Again, you will use three if you are the one receiving the action. For example, she called me yesterday. She is a subject. Me, she called me. I am the receiver of that action. Okay. Number two, Tim rarely loses his things. Blank. So this is an example of like a question tag. I know that you're already familiar what really is a question tag, right? So we have here, if we encounter these kind of questions, we have to think of applying its rules for this one. This is actually quite simple. Number one is we have to identify our main verb and tense. So from this statement, Tim rarely loses his things. So our main verb here is the word loses. And after that, after identifying our main verb, we must try as well to identify what is the tense of this verb. So from this one, loses is and simple. Okay, so we already have here our verb. It's in present simple tense, and let's also try to go over with who's the subject. So we have here Tim. Tim is our subject. Okay. Next step is to check for negative meaning. Tim rarely loses his things. So even if this statement doesn't use the word not, we still have this word rarely. Okay? You just have to watch out for it. If you can see in your statement, we have the word rarely, hardly, never. Again, even if it doesn't use the word not, it still gives of the negative tone. So when you say negative tone, this is an example of a negative statement. Okay, so to balance this, we need a positive tag. So it must also coincides with the tense of our main verb. So for this one, helping verb for present simple is does, and then Tim for our subject. Of course, the pronoun for this one correctly is he. Okay, so out from this one is very clear. The answer is number three. Does he? Okay, so this actually clear, or if you have confusions, just feel free to leave a comment and then I'll try to address one. I'll address the one. Okay. All right, so let's proceed to number three. The poor lady gave the blank that she had left to a beggar. So this one is quite a bit tricky. So you really have to understand what the sentence is really trying to tell us. Okay, so the poor lady gave the blank that she had left. Okay, let's try to underline our clue here. She had left to a beggar. So we have here some. Let's try to eliminate first. Number four, some. This one is not grammatically correct. So we cannot use some. You're going to say the poor lady gave the sum that she had left. No, so we cannot use it. So let's put an X here so that it's clearer. Number four. Next one is much. Much usually refers to or usually used when we are talking about negative or interrogative sentences. Like for example, she didn't have much left. So when you say much, like little, someone gives us like a negative meaning. Next, so let's take this out. And then little. Yes, little, it could work, but here's the catch. It's less complete in expressing total giving. Okay, again, less, it could work, but it's less complete when expressing total giving. It implies she had little amount. Yes, it implied, but doesn't confirm that she gave everything, right? So there's somewhat lacking in there. So we cannot also answer using little. So the best one that we can use here is all. Number one, she gave everything she had left. The poor lady gave the all that she had left to a beggar. So this answer fits the context of generosity and sacrifice. Okay, so that's why the answer is all. All she had left. Okay, so let's proceed to number 4. The man with blank you were speaking earlier is my neighbor. Again, the man with blank you were speaking earlier is my neighbor. Okay, for this one we cannot use two preposition, so it's either we can use with or to. Okay, so I'm gonna check this out. So we have here, our clue is with. This is a preposition. Okay, so this is actually a classic case of choosing the correct relative pronoun. Okay, so again, with is our preposition. So we have here examples of relative pronouns. So let's try to, or let's review together. Okay, when can we use this? Okay, whose or who's this one if you are showing ownership. Ownership. How about whom? This is the same with I versus me. So whom if you are the object. Object. Okay, which you have to remember, if we are using which, you can use this for things. Okay, who, this is used as a subject. Okay, so for this one, it could be, or I can really say that a couple or a number of students really kind of like doesn't actually get the difference. When can we use who and whom? So again, if we will use who if you are the subject of the sentence. For example, who is that man? So who, we are talking directly to the subject, that man. Okay, but whom, you are again the object. Okay, so let's eliminate ownership. This sentence didn't really say something about ownership. Things, no. So let's eliminate. So the man with blank you were speaking to, let's try to identify our main subject here. Is it, um, so for this one, our main subject is you, right? So this is our main subject. All right. So out from this one, you're the one who's really doing the action, right? So this, let's talk about the man who you were speaking. Okay, so we have here man speaking, man. This refers to you are the receiver or the object. Okay, so that's it. So it's already clear what's the answer here, right? So what we can do is just circle this one. The answer is number 3, whom. Okay, the man with whom you were speaking earlier is my neighbor. Okay, number 5. The necklace was on the table a while ago. Oops, let's put a full stop here. Someone blank had taken it. So this sentence expresses a possibility about a past event. So let's take a look at each option. So we have here will, shall, could, should. So these are examples of modal verbs. Again, these are examples of modal verbs. So we have here will for it. Okay, will have taken. Will have taken, for the word itself, will this suggest certainty about the future? Remember earlier I mentioned possibility about a past event. So we cannot use number 1. Okay, again, this is for future. Possibility about a future event. Will, it's not. So we'll try, let's eliminate number 1. Next, shall. Shall have taken. If you're asking where, teacher, where did you get that? Have taken. It's here from the sentence. Okay, someone blank have taken it. Okay, so shall have taken this one is sounds a bit awkward and overly formal. Okay, so we cannot also use shall. All right, so let's proceed to should. Should you will use this if you are talking or you want to imply expectation, or advice. Again, you will use should if you are implying expectation or advice, not a possibility. Okay, again, not a possibility. So this left us number 3. Okay, could. Could expresses a possibility, this one, a possibility or speculation. Again, possibility or speculation about something that might have happened from our sentence from the past. Okay, that's why the best answer that we have here is number 3, could. Could. Someone could have taken it. Okay? All right, so let's move on to the next number. Sharon, as well as her cousins, blank in the same primary school. Sharon, as well as her cousins, blank in the same primary school. So this one is also the same statement from earlier. That's a bit classic, okay, way in how to identify the correct answer. So we have Sharon as well as her cousin. So let's first identify, let's remember our rules in answering this kind of question or statement. So we have here number 1, identify the subject. Let's identify the subject. Okay, our subject here is Sharon. This is our subject. As well as her cousins, this is an example of parenthetical. When you say parenthetical, it adds extra information but does not actually change the subject. Okay, so our main subject for this sentence is Sharon. Again, as well as her cousins, just add an extra information about the main subject, which is Sharon. Okay, next, choose the correct verb. Okay, Sharon. This is our subject. Let's try to identify Sharon. Only one, so this is singular. Okay, so this is singular. So if it's singular, we also need a verb that is also in the correct or the same form. So Sharon. Okay, study. Study, this one you will use this for if the subject is plural. Okay, so like plural, are studying if it's like the action is happening, ongoing. Okay, have been studying, this one is for the other tense of the verb. Okay, for this one, let's just make this simple. Sharon, simple, singular, the answer is studies. Okay, it's number 2, studies in the same primary school. Okay, so as well as her cousins, this act as our distractor. Okay, so that's it for number 6. Let's proceed to number 7. Everyone in the class blank present at the workshop last week. Everyone in the class blank present at the workshop last week. So let's try to identify our clue, okay, for this statement. So we have here last week. This is an example of what tense? It's past tense. Past tense. Okay, again, last week is an example of past tense. And then we have here our subject, everyone. Okay, everyone is an example of indefinite pronoun. This is an example again of indefinite pronoun. When you say indefinite pronoun, refers to all people in a group, but this will function as a singular subject. Okay, again, this will function as a singular subject. Okay, so everyone in the class blank present at the workshop last week. So since this is singular and our clue here is last week, so the answer is this one is very easy. Is this is for singular present tense. Okay, present tense, present tense, singular. Okay, are same as well, present tense, plural, were, present tense. Oh, is it present tense? Can everyone help me? Were? Okay, I wish I could talk to you personally. I would love to discuss this with you. Okay, present tense, this is past tense, plural, and this one was past tense, singular. Yay. So the answer for this one is clear. Number 3 was. Okay, so that's it. Let's proceed to number 8. To succeed, we must not give up. Blank challenging the project is. To make this clause complete, I will add here how. Again, to succeed, we must not give up. Blank how challenging the project is. Okay, so we have here, let's try to talk out as well each of the choices that we have here. However, you will use this for or you if you need to start a sentence, okay, or you need to start, okay, you need to start a sentence or be preceded by a semicolon. Okay, so when we say semicolon, so we have here this symbol, this one, example of a semicolon. Okay, so that's it. However, next is although. You will use although if you are introducing a clause. Introducing a clause. While if actions happen at the same time, or we are talking about simultaneous actions, okay? Simultaneous actions, okay? Despite, this one is a preposition. This is an example of a preposition followed by a noun phrase or the fact that. Okay, so we have here this for while, despite, although. So to succeed, we must not give up. Blank how challenging the project is. Can you give me your answers in the comment section? Just give it a try. I would love to see together us interacting with this exercise. Okay, yes. Thank you so much. I can actually see your comment here. Okay, so the best answer that we can get here is the word despite. Okay, despite. Good. Yay. To succeed, we will not give up despite how challenging the project is. Okay, next. Number 9. I sensed a chill blank down my spine as I imagined the scene in the horror book. I sensed a chill blank down my spine as I imagined the scene in the horror book. So I just wanted to emphasize this one. As I imagined the scene in the horror book and sensed a chill. Okay, so this two happen at the same time. Okay, these two happen at the same time. And I'm sure that you're already familiar of chill blank down my spine, right? So this is an example of the supposedly answer here is an example of figurative language. When we say figurative language, it gives us a, a phrase or a phrase that the definition is not the literal meaning. Okay, again, when you say figurative language, it gives us a definition that is not the literal meaning. Okay, or not the literal meaning. That's it. Okay, so I sense a chill blank down my spine. So we have here running as run, runs, or ran. So I'll just give you directly the answer because this is one is an example of figurative language. Okay, so the answer for this one is number one, running. This means an ongoing sensation. This also means like a strong emotional reaction, a strong emotional or physical reaction. Okay, for example, fear. Okay, because we are talking about a horror book. Okay, again, we are talking about a horror book. Okay, is it clear? Quite easy for this one. All right, so number 10. The boy was praised by his teacher, blank his moral courage in stopping the bullying. Okay, so we have here, let's underline praised by his teacher. Okay, this is our clue. The boy was praised by his teacher. Okay, how about at? Let's talk about our options here. So at, you will use this for location or direction, right? Location or direction. In. In is for what? Do you know the answer? You can also write it down here. Okay, or leave a comment if you wanted to share as well your idea. Okay, so in, this is for position or time. Okay, on, this is for surfaces or specific days. Okay, so we have here surfaces or specific days. For is this one, to show reason, or cause of the what from our sentence of praise. You know, if you want more, you can praise, you can add here thanks or reward. It's actually explanatory here. Okay, so the boy was praised by his teacher. Why was the boy praised? Okay, for his moral courage in stopping the bullying. So that's the answer is number 4. Okay, yes. Thank you for sharing as well your idea here. Despite this one here, you mean the okay. So you want me to erase? Okay, okay. Now let me try to erase this one first. Okay, so let's go back. To succeed, we must not give up. Blank challenging the project is. To make this statement complete, I will add how here before the word challenging. Okay? We must not give up. Blank how challenging the project is. So we will use while if we are talking about simultaneous actions or actions that happen at the same time. Okay, again, this is for simultaneous actions. Okay, how although this is introducing a clause, introducing a clause. So for you to use although, you have to restructure the sentence. Okay, you have to restructure the sentence. For example, here, I'll give you an example. Here, although the project is challenging, although the project is challenging, we must not give up. Okay, so that's it. Example, that's what I tell you earlier. We have to structure the sentence to use although. Okay, however, this one is you need to start a sentence or be preceded by a semicolon. However, you can also use however if two clause, there are example of independent clauses. Means clause, it can stand by its own. It has its subject and a verb or object. Okay, so that what we are talking about. However, so starts a new sentence. Starts a new sentence or preceded by a semicolon. Yeah, that's it. That's however. Okay. Despite, this one is a preposition. Preposition. Preposition followed by a noun phrase or the fact that. Okay, so again, despite preposition followed by a noun phrase or the fact that. Let's try to let's scrutinize back our sentence. To succeed, we must not give up, blank how challenging the project is. Okay, so for this one, what we have actually here a fact of the sentence, right? So we are talking about how challenging the project is. Okay, so the answer here is despite. Okay, despite how challenging the project is. Okay, is this clear now? Right? Okay, so let's proceed to number. Yeah. All right, so we're done already with our grammar CQ. So let's proceed to 11. Okay. Realizing that his car was stolen, Mr. Tan decided to blank a police report. Okay, so we have here these questions, 5 questions. We have to select the best answer. Okay, so realizing that this car was stolen, Mr. Tan decided to blank a police report. So we are talking about a police report. So we have these options. Okay, how about let's start with publish. What do you mean we say publish? Publish is to make, okay? Make or content, to make content available to the public. Okay, that's publish, to make content available to the public, especially print or online, the one that you can see online if you scroll on your phone, tab, laptop. So those are examples of publish. Deliver. Deliver is to bring or hand over something. Over something to someone. Okay, that's it. To bring or hand over something to someone. So that's deliver. To record, to capture. This means to capture. And store information. Okay? File means to officially submit a document. Okay, to officially submit a document for legal purposes. Okay, so let's go back to our sentence. Realizing that his car was stolen, Mr. Tan decided to blank a police report. So when you say police report, we know already that we are talking about legal purposes, right? Okay, so the best answer we can right here is number 1, file. Okay, it's number 1, file. Let's proceed to number 12. To save up for the trip, John has decided to blank on his spending. This is really nice. To save up for the trip, John has decided to blank on his spending. So let's underline our clues. We have save up for the trip and his spending. Okay, so we have here when we say let's talk about our options here. Okay, so when we say cut up means chop something into smaller pieces. Okay, cut off. Cut off means to stop or interrupt someone. Okay, to stop or interrupt someone. Okay, that's cut off. Cut out. Cut out is to remove something completely. Okay, cut back means to reduce the amount of something. To reduce the amount of something. Okay, it's really clear. So can you tell me what's your answer for number 12? Okay, Zia, we have here, gave you already the definitions for each choices. Okay, so we have cut up, cut off, cut out, cut back. So remember, we are talking about saving for a trip and then blank on his spending. So the answer for number 12 is, okay, it's number 4, cut back. Cut back on his spending. Okay? All right, so let's proceed to number 13. Mark was so blank in his work that he missed watching his favorite show. Okay, so we have here a clue, missed watching his favorite show. And then also his work. Okay, again, so we have here our clues, in his work that he missed watching his favorite show. So what's the definition of these words? So we have here instilled. Instilled is like a gradually taught idea. Okay, for example, given by your teacher in school, it's like every day. It could be your parents as well, teaching you the right way. So that's instilled. Okay, so we have gradually taught, gradually taught idea. Okay, gradually taught idea. Indulged. When we say indulged, allowed oneself to enjoy something pleasurably. or pleasurable. Okay? Allowed oneself to enjoy something pleasurable. Often this one quite excessive for indulge. Okay, too much already will also turn to something negative or bad, right? So we have here immersed. Immersed means deeply involved. Deeply, deeply involved or absorbed in doing something. Okay, deeply involved or absorbed in something. Okay, imprisoned. Imprisoned means locked or confined. Locked or confined. Okay, so we have here instilled, indulged, immersed, imprisoned. So what's the best answer here? Just try or comments, leave a comment. Okay, feel free. Okay, so we have here again, Mark was blank in his work. It's already clear. So the best answer is number 3. Yes, thank you so much. We have here Zev VVV. Okay, thank you. Immersed. Okay, let's proceed to number 14. Jane's speech was so blank that everyone donated generously to the charity event she promoted. Okay, so we are talking here about Jane's speech, and then our clue, everyone donated generously. Okay, let's talk about what was it about, or how did Jane deliver his speech, right? So when we say confiding, okay, confiding means sharing personal, sharing personal or private thoughts. Okay, because you trusted the person. That's why you confide your secrets to him or her. Okay, that's confiding. Or private thoughts. Again, to someone you trusted. That's confiding. Convincing. When we say convincing, you are persuasive. Okay, you are to make able to make others believe. Okay, able to make others believe. Commanding. This is more like dominant, or authoritative, like demeanor or presence or tone. That's commanding. Okay, compromising, it's you accept that you need to lower your demands because of something or a situation, right? So we have here to reduce demands. Again, you accepted it that you must reduce your demands, okay? Or change your opinion or your idea to reach an agreement with someone, okay? So that's compromising. So for number 14, what's the answer? Jane's speech was so blank that everyone donated generously. Okay, do you have any idea for number 14? Okay, 14, it's quite actually clear. Yeah. So for this one, since we are talking about speech, the answer is number 2, convincing. Because they won't donate generously if they're not convinced of his or Jane's speech, right? So it's convincing. Okay, that's it. Let's proceed to number 15. You'd better blank if you want to make it to the finals. The coach warned the team. This is like this happened in real life, especially to those who love to do sports or like join competitions, many competitions or other competitions that you've joined before. You can hear your coach just wanna say something like, "Cool, if you want to make it to the finals, you must this and that." Okay, so this one, break leg. Okay. Oh, how about let's identify first or let's underline our clue for this number. Okay. You, if you want to make it to the finals, what do you need to do if you want to make it to the finals? Okay, that's my question. What do you need to do? Okay, so let's take a look at these expressions. So we have break a leg. You usually say this one if you are wishing someone a good luck. Okay, this is for um, good luck. Okay, wishing someone for good luck. Next, number two, take a rain check. This one, to postpone. This one is for postpone or decline something. Okay, postpone or decline something. Wait, I have to take a rain check because I need to go somewhere. Okay, that's an example. Okay, next, step up your game. Step up your game, it means you need to improve your performance. Okay, improve performance. Okay, improve performance. Improve performance or your effort. Okay, run around in circles. This one, you don't want to do this or else you will waste your time. Waste time. Waste time doing things without making progress. Oh, we should, as much as possible, not do this. Run around in circle. So again, we have you'd better blank if you want to make it to the finals. What's the answer? In order for you to reach the finals, you have to. The answer is number three. Step up your game. Okay, that's it for number three. All right. Now, so you already finished numbers 1 to 15. Let's proceed to the next number. All right, so we have here. Okay, so for each question, choose the word closest in meaning to the underlined words. So this is where you will be tested for how much you know about words or your vocabulary. Okay, so we have here. Best that one technique that or a technique that I can share with you is if you're given like this, you have to read first the whole passage. Okay, read first the passage, and that's for the first attempt. The first attempt, you read first the passage. Second one, that's when you try to answer it. Okay, so that you also understand what's the passage all about. That okay, because it will really make a big difference, so that you can reach the correct answer. Okay, so we have here. Since we to also save time for this one, I will just go over with words and then let's try to answer together. Okay, so we often feel annoyed by the inconsiderate behavior of others in public places. Hence, we should practice good etiquette. Okay, when we say good etiquette, this refers to accepted rules of polite behavior. Okay, so we have accepted rules of polite behavior. Okay, so that's etiquette. Accepted rules of polite behavior in the society or among, it could be like members of a particular group. So that's etiquette. So let's take a look with number 16. What are the words that we have here? So we have values, manners, attributes, and upbringing. This one is kind of also really tricky. Okay, so let's talk about what is values. When you say values, principles or standards. Oh, principles or standards of behavior. Okay, so we have values, principles, or standards of behavior, or what is considered important in life. Again, values, we are talking about what is considered important in life. So, for example, let me give you a sentence: honesty and kindness are core values in our family. Okay, so that's example of values. Next, manners. This one, polite ways of behaving in social situations. In social situations. Okay, that's manners. Number three, attributes refers to qualities or characteristics that describe someone. Okay, qualities that describe someone. Qualities that describe someone. Okay, so that's attributes. Four, upbringing. This is the way a child is raised. Again, upbringing, we are talking about the way a child is raised. Okay, that's it. So again, this go back to number 16, etiquette. Again, accepted rules of polite behavior. I think the closest one that we can answer that we can select here as answers are numbers 1 and 2, values and manners. Okay, so let me repeat. When you say values, principles or standards of behavior, or what is considered important in our lives. Okay, manners, polite way of behaving in social situations. So what's the best answer? Is it number 1 or 2? The answer is number 2, manners. Okay, that's it. Hopefully it's clear, my explanation. Okay, so that you can also learn, and then if there's something that you want me to go over with again, then I will help you with that. Okay, next one. For example, when speaking in public places, we should keep our voices low but loud enough for our target audience only. Okay, again, let's remember, loud enough for our target audience only. So what do we mean by loud enough? Number 17, we have visible. When we say visible, able to be seen. Able to be seen. Legible. What is legible? Readable or easy to read. Easy to read. Audible. Able to be heard. Able to be heard. Credible, if you can be trusted or you're trustworthy. Hopefully, everyone trustworthy. Okay, so you are trustworthy. Trustworthy. Okay, that's it. Trustworthy. So the answer is easy for this one. If you're saying loud enough, the answer is number 3, audible. Okay, that's it for number 17. Let's move to number 18. Number 17. This is especially important when we are in enclosed spaces like on board a bus, in a cinema, library, or museum. So we have your enclosed spaces. Enclosed means you're surrounded, okay? Surrounded or shut in all sides, okay? That's enclosed, okay? So we have here, let's look at our choices. We have here locked. This one is secured with a lock. So of course you will need like a key to open it, right? So we have here secured with a lock. Okay, next, secured with a lock. Okay, confined. Confined is you are kept within limits. Kept within limits. Kept within limits, or it's like restricted space or area. Okay, again, restricted space or area. Sheltered. You are being protected of what? or something. Okay, so protected from danger. Okay, that's sheltered, protected from danger. Restricted, this one kind of controlled. Okay, limited in access, limited in access, or movement or availability, or just like what I said earlier, you're controlled. Okay, so from this one, number 18 says here enclosed. Enclosed spaces like on board a bus, in cinema, library, or a museum. So what's the best answer for number 18? Is it locked, confined, sheltered, restricted? Okay, we have here number 18 is confined. Okay, number 2, kept within limits or restricted space or area. Okay, because again, you're inside the bus or inside a museum or a library, four walls or four corners. Number 19, we also need to be aware not to draw attention to ourselves. Okay, not to draw attention to ourselves by behaving okay, that's it. Or else I will be also doing number 20 together. Okay, so we also need to be aware not to draw attention to ourselves. Being aware is that you know what's happening around you. Okay, you again aware, you know what's happening around you. All right, so let's move on to number 19. Let's close attention to the words we have. Calm. Yes, you're peaceful, quiet. Okay, so I won't write it here because this is already self-explanatory. Okay, the word calm, peaceful and quiet, clear, easy to understand. So confident means, okay, this one, sure of oneself. Again, you're sure of oneself. Okay, like for example, I'm sure that I can do this. Okay, so you know your capability, you know that you can do it, that's why you're confident. Okay, that's it. Next one is conscious. When we say conscious, awake and aware of what is happening around you. Okay, so again, when you say conscious, you are awake and aware of what is happening around you. So quite clear already. What's the answer for number 19? When you say conscious, aware, the answer is conscious. Number 4. That's it. Okay, proceed to number 20. So we have behaving inappropriately. When you say behaving inappropriately, it's like unsuitable. This is unsuitable or wrong in particular situations. Okay, again, when we say inappropriately, unsuitable or wrong in particular situations. Okay, let's take a look. What is the best word that we can select here? We have informally. When we say informally, this is in a casual or relaxed way. Again, informally, in a casual or relaxed way, not official. Informally. Unsuitably is we have in a way that is not appropriate or fitting. Again, in a way that is not appropriate or fitting. Inadequate, you're lacking something. Lack of something. It could be quality, quantity. Okay, so that's inadequately. Unintentional, of course, this one not done on purpose. Not done on not done on purpose. Okay, so again, that we are trying to match with here is number 20, inappropriately. Okay, number 20, inappropriately, wrong in particular situations, unsuitable. Oops, I gave you already the hint. Okay, for number 20, the answer is unsuitably. It's number 2. Okay, that's it. All right, so we're done for this part. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so let's proceed to number. Okay, this one is the poster, answering the poster and its questions. So we have here this one. Don't be intimidated by this if you encounter during exam. Okay, so what I can suggest is you go to the questions first. You read the questions so that later on, when after reading the questions, then you can read the passage and its important details. So you already have, oh, I think this is the answer of the question I read earlier. Okay, so it's easier for you as well, or like you can also control the time that you spend for this section. Okay, so that's it. So let's proceed to number 21. The question, the purpose of the question. Do you know that there is a variety of farms found in Singapore? Okay, just wanted to underline our clue here about the question. Number 22, according to the poster, Singapore has enough food. What? We what? What did we do? So we have here what? Okay, next, which statement is true about local farms? So when you say which, of course, we are only talking about one, right? One statement, okay? True about local farms. Number 24, main purpose of the poster is what? What is the main purpose of the poster? 25, the purpose of using the exclamation mark. Again, using the exclamation mark in the sentence, come and enjoy. This one I will add because it's like cut off. Okay, so we cut two weekends. 2 weekends. Okay, 2 weekends. Fun-filled activities. Again, we are focusing on the exclamation mark in the sentence. Is to what? Okay, that's it. 26. Again, we are still reading the questions. Okay, so it's easier for us to answer it later on. 26. Both Mrs. Sunny and her teenage daughter enjoy taking part in cooking competitions. Again, cooking competitions. They plan to attend the Granji Farmers Market. Which is the most suitable date? Most suitable date she should consider. Okay. 27. Lynette has registered for the baking workshop and wishes to find out if she will receive a free recipe book. She should send her query when you say query question. Okay. Questions to whom? Again, to whom? Okay. All right. So number 28, which statement is not true about the Granji Farmers Market? Not true, because sometimes, because we're too hasty, we're not able to see the detail that it's asking us which is not true, rather than the usual which is true in the statement. Okay, that's it. All right, so since we're done reading the questions, let's move back to the passage. Okay, so we have here. So this is the time for you to read. Support local farms. So we have here, I will read this out to you. Okay, so do you know that there is a variety of farms found in Singapore? We have farms that produce vegetables, fish, eggs, and milk. Many such farms operate in the Kim Chok Hong area. These farms are one of our sources for food and play an important part in helping us to be more self-sufficient as a nation. When we say self-sufficient, it means we can tend to our needs. We can support our needs. Okay? There are several reasons why we should buy from local farms. We can buy fresh produce directly from them. Fresh food tastes better, of course, okay? So when food is picked and eaten at its freshest, it not only retains more nutrients, but it also tastes better. Furthermore, by choosing food produced locally, we help keep our local farmers in business. Besides producing food, these farms offer unique experiences. You can take part in many exciting activities at the monthly farmers market organized to bring the community together. A small number of the local farms organize educational tours with fun activities such as treasure hunts and cooking classes for visitors. For farms with animals, you can view the milking process of farm animals and even feed them. Wow, really exciting. Show your support for our local farms by visiting Grandview Farmers Market. Okay, so we have here, did you know, a little bit like additional or extra information to add or to supplement the passage earlier. So we have here this one. Apart from local farms, we also depend on farms overseas. Okay, we buy most of our food from our different countries. We do not depend only on a single source of supply. Next, to ensure that we do not depend solely on other countries for our food supply, we aim to increase our food production. So the target is for our local farms to produce 30% of our food supply by 2030. Next, we encourage local farms that want to expand their businesses to grow their food overseas as well. So when they do this, besides sending their food produce back to Singapore, they also produce fresh food for the countries they're set up farms in. So actually, it's very important. Like to have our local farms or like to support as well our local farms here in Singapore. At the same time, it's like helping both countries that you are setting in your farms. Okay. So we have here the Grandview Farmers Market as what we mentioned earlier. If you wanted to support our local farms, then you may also visit this Grandview Farmers Market. Okay. This one event, let me just box this one. This is the event, the Grandview Farmers Market. Okay. Next, we have here our dates, specific dates. 2 to 3rd, 2 or the 2nd to 3rd September and 7th to 8th of October. Okay, so we have also here our address for this one. Okay, this again event. This one is a date. Come and enjoy 2 weekends of fun-filled activities. You have to remember this only for 2 weekends. Not every day, only for 2 weekends. Because as I mentioned earlier, the date we have 2 to 3rd of September and 7 to 8th of October. Okay, so that's it. So we have here these mini activities or activities. We have mini zoo, yummy muffins, veggie home, food galore. You can also enjoy delicious foods cooked with ingredients, of course, from local farms. All right. So we have here the Grand Tree Cooking Competition. And this is organized by Grandview Farmers Community, supported by the National Food Agency. And if you have increased for the whole event, then you may send it to our staff at done at lff.com.sg. Okay. So this is what the details for Grandview Farmers Market is all about. Okay, so let's proceed to the first question. The purpose of the question, do you know that there is a variety of farms found in Singapore? Okay, so take a look. Again, we're answering already question 21. So we have here, this is a question, right? Do you know that there is a variety of farms found in Singapore? So this is question 21. What are we aiming here? Okay. We are aiming here for, is it 1, list the number of local farms? Is it really? List the number of local farms? 2, stress the importance of farming. 3, test the reader's knowledge about farming or arouse the reader's curiosity about local farms. Okay, When we say arouse, it's like the interest. We are talking about the interest. Okay, the reader's curiosity about local farms. All right, so let's take a look at what's the best one that we can connect to. Do you know that there is a variety of farms in Singapore? Let's go back with number one. List the number of local farms. Is the passage really all about listing the farms that we have here? Is it? All right. So let's X this one. Tick. Stress the importance of farming. Yes, it says something about the importance of farming, but it goes beyond this one. Okay, so this is not it. Three, test the reader's knowledge about farming. Is it really about testing? No, right? Because it says that we have to, or we can support them. And if you support, you can also join the activities that they are offering for the local farms or the markets that they are organizing. Okay, so this one is also not it. So the best answer that we can have is number four. Arouse the reader's curiosity about local farms. Okay, why do we need to arouse the reader's curiosity about local farms? Why? Because we can also say that even though we're already in digital age, for example, okay, not everyone still knows that we still have our local farms here. Okay, this is out from the passage. Okay, so if the curiosity is already aroused, then you may you may start to wonder, like, oh, we have that one. Okay, so we can support. Okay, because it's already earlier, it also give us the benefits. Why? Or the benefits of supporting our local farms. Okay, out from the passage. Number 22. According to the poster, to ensure that Singapore has enough food, we blank. What do we need to do so that we can ensure that we have enough food? Is it purchase many overseas farms? Is it to purchase many overseas farms? No. Depend on both local and overseas farms. Okay, let's leave it at it. Number 3, increase the number of local farms by 30%. Okay, let's leave it. Insist that all local farms grow their food overseas. This one is really impossible. Okay, so let's move up to our clue. Where can we find our clue? Clue for number 22. Okay, so we have here, did you know that apart from local farms, we also depend on farm overseas? So this answered a question for question 22. This answered the question for number 22, that apart from local farms, we also depend on farms overseas. Okay, for 22, the answer is number 2. We depend on both local and overseas farms. Okay? Are you okay there? If you're listening, or if you're still here, you can send me questions, okay? Or if there's something that you want me to help, okay? All right. 23. Which, or we're talking about one sentence, a statement, is true about local farms? Okay. Is it about only food grown in local farms is fresh? Number 2, visitors are not allowed to buy from local farms directly. It didn't say something about this one earlier. All local farms organize treasure hunts and cooking classes for visitors. Number 4, visitors to local farms can look forward to participating in many activities. So let's go back to our passage earlier, okay? And then let's try to find out what is really the correct statement that we can get from these. Okay, for number 20, how about let's start with Q1. Question 23, 1, choice number 1. We have here, we can buy fresh produce directly from them. Okay, we can buy fresh produce directly from them. So this is Q23. Okay. Next one. So we have, you can take part in many. You can also have this one. You can take part in many exciting activities at the monthly farmers market organized. Monthly farmers market. So this is also question number 3 at 23. Next one is a small number of local farms, not all farms, huh? Small number of local farms organize educational tours with fun activities such as treasure hunts and cooking classes for visitors. This is also the same for question 23. Okay? So what do we have here? This this is also the same with okay, the trust for number 2 and 3. Okay, the one I underlined earlier. So what is really the main purpose of the poster? Which statement is true about the local farm? Sorry. So which statement is true about local farms? Hmm? Okay. Is it visitors to local farms can look forward to participating in many activities? To local farms. Remember earlier? Not all local farms. Okay? All local farms organize treasure hunts and cooking classes for visitors. Again, not all. Visitors are not allowed to buy from local farms directly. Oops. Okay. I underlined this one earlier. Okay. The answer is number 1. Only food grown in local farms is fresh. Okay. That's it. This sign up, visitors to local farms can look for participating in many activities. The local farms, no, it's not about the local farms, it's about the market organized by them. Okay? Market organized. Just like the um, Grand G Farmers Market. Okay? Not really on the specific local farms. There are local farms who have their activities, but not everyone. Okay. Next, let's go to number 24. The main purpose of the poster is to what? Is it to inform readers about the types of produce? Is it really? No, because it's not really the focus of the uh, poster. So let's take it up. Attract readers to organize activities in local farms. Is it really to organize activities in local farms? No. 3. Persuade readers to buy more from overseas farms. This one is like big ink because it did say something about this earlier. Our answer is number 4. Encourage readers to buy produce grown in local farms. That's it. This already easy to spot that because the passage really tells us to buy or to support produce grown in local farms. Okay, that's it for number 24. 25. The purpose of using the exclamation mark in the sentence, come and enjoy 2 weekends of fun-filled activities, is to what? For number 25. Is it number 1, convince readers to visit local farms? Come and enjoy. Is it really this one? If you guys recall, this is for the Grand G farmers market, right? Is it about the local farms? No, it's not. Inform readers about the local farmers. Is it really about the local farmers or their produce? We're talking about their produce, right? So no. Challenge readers to consider setting up local farms. No. The answer is number 4. Enthuse readers to attend the farmers market event because we are talking about come and enjoy 2 weekends of fun-filled activities. Remember earlier I gave you the 2 timelines or dates or schedules that they set up their Grungy's farmers market. So that's only the specific times that you can visit them. Okay, so that's it. That's for number 25. Okay, 26. Both Mrs. Sunny, so we have here, we underline already cooking competitions and the most suitable date. Okay, so let's move back here. Our cooking competitions. Let's find the correct answer. This one, I already circled cooking competition. The answer is 7th of October. This is question 26. So the answer for this is suitable date. This one, the nearest that we can have. Okay, that's it. Suitable date she should consider. Okay, that's it. Let's move back. All right. So let's move on to number 27. So we have your baking workshop this time, and if she will receive a free recipe book, she'll. So if ever you want to set questions or queries to, you will set it to home. So we are trying. Let's try to find the correct answer for number 27. So again, baking workshop. Okay, 27. We have here. Is Minizu about baking? No. Veggie home? No. Grandji cooking competition? No. So we have the only option here is yummy muffins. So we have here below. Email our staff at tim@kbsg for registration and other queries. Okay. So this is our question 27. Okay, that's it. So let's write down the answer for number 27. It's number 1. Okay, it's number 1. All right, number 28. Which statement is not true about the Granji Farmers Market? So we have here the mini zoo is organized for young children. At least 2 activities require payment of fees. Visitors can take part in the activities on selected weekends. Visitors who are interested in gardening may attend the Veggie Home Talk. Okay, so let's try to find the answers here. Let's go back to the details. If it's about the mini zoo is organized for young children. So where is mini zoo? Okay, so if it's for young children, so we have here toddlers can toddlers, or let's just underline toddlers because we're talking about is it really for young children? So is it for young children, toddlers? Yes or no? The answer is yes. So this is true. True for question 28. 28, 1. Next, visitors can take part in activities on selected weekends. Remember earlier, we have here the date 2 to 3rd September, 2nd to 3rd September, and then 7th to 8th October. So is it really true? Can take part on selected weekends. 2 weekends as well, this one. 2 weekends. Is it true? This 2, we have here our clues. Yes, this is true. Question 28. Great. 4th, visitors who are interested in gardening may attend the Veggie Home Talk. Okay, let's look. Where is Veggie Home? We have here pick up tips on how to grow an edible garden. Okay, so as we are talking about, if you are interested in gardening, you may attend the Veggie Home Talk. So this one is true. For question number 28, option 4. Okay, so this leaves us number 2. At least 2 activities require payments or fees. So let's take a closer look. Okay, mini zoo, let's try to see if it requires fees, particular fees. We have your admission is free. So, ink, not. Yummy muffins. So we have your course fee is $20 per session. Yes, right? So that's already 1. How about Veggie Home? Also, admission is free. Okay. Next. We have here food galore. Didn't say something about it because it's not a competition. We have here Granji cooking competition. It didn't also say something about it. So how many events actually ask for a particular amount of fees? So we have only 1, which is yummy muffin. So the correct answer for number 28, which is not true about the Granji Farmers Market. So we have here number 2. Okay, so this one is true. not true. So I ticked already the same as that is giving us the correct um, statement out from the passage. Okay, that's it. So I think this is the it for this section. Yes, you already finished until numbers 28. Yay! Thank you for staying with me this time. Okay, yay! We're able to finish until number 28. Okay. Hopefully you are also like learning while you're scroll or watching this live. Okay. So how about let's move on to the next one. This passage is for Compre OE. So let's move first to this one. Okay, this. Hmm. Very important for this section that you read the instruction because I have a lot of students who's really like a bit what is it hasty or didn't really read or follow the instruction. That's why they don't get any points for this one. Okay, so we have here the instruction. Choose the most suitable word for each blank. We have it. Write its letter in the blank. Again, write its letter. So if you are having an exam for this section, remember to read the instruction. If it says there to write its letter, then only write its letter. Okay, again, write only its letter. Okay? All right. So we have here the same as what I shared to you earlier about the technique for answering like passages, sections. You have to read this one first. Again, you read the passage first. Don't attempt to write it or to write something on it. Read the passage first so that you can get the totality of the thought of what is it all about. Okay, again, you read first. Okay, so since we already due to limited time, okay, I will just go through with the answers and then I will ask you questions or we'll do this one together. Okay, so we have here sneezing is a common experience we all share. Yes, this is true. On average, on an average, each person sneezes about 4 times a day. Sneezing is our body's way blank removing anything that may irritate our nose. Okay, so we have here numbers 29. Sneezing is our body's way blank removing anything that may irritate our nose. I want you to pay attention to our choices here. What do you think is the answer? 29. Our clue here is removing anything that may irritate our nose. Okay, so we have here the answer for number 29 is letter G. Okay, for the sake of like easy checking or completing the passage, I will just write its word. Okay, but remember if you're having an exam, write only its letter. Okay, so we're off. Body's way of, remember, so we have here the noun way. The noun way is often followed by, I will just write it here, way is often followed by of plus verb that ends with ing. Way plus way followed by of plus ing. That's why we have here way of removing. Okay, that's why we have here way again, way of removing. Because usually way is followed by of and then verb in its ing form. Okay, so let's go back here. We are talking about purpose, purpose or function. Okay, that's the answer for number 29, G, off. So I'll take this one here, off. It's done for number 29. 30, we often sneeze, blank, something tickles or irritates the inside of our nose. We often sneeze, blank, something, our clue here is something tickles or irritates the inside of our nose. So we have here, at what moment? At what moment we often sneeze? So we're talking about at what moment again? So the answer is we often sneeze when. Letter M. When. Okay, that's it. Letter M. When. Okay. Next, our body has a sneeze center. Blank sends messages to some of our muscles which work together to produce a sneeze. So again, our body has a sneeze center. Blank sends messages. We have here our clue, sends messages. We are talking about more information. Again, we are talking about more information. So our body has a sneeze center. What's the answer? To make it seamless in thought. So the answer is letter H. That sends messages of our muscles, sends messages to some of our muscles which work together to produce a sneeze. Okay, that's number 31. H. Okay, let me find letter H here. That. Okay. Yes. All right, so let's proceed to number 32. These muscles, blank the chest muscles, muscles of our vocal cords, and muscles also in our throat. This part. Okay, so we have here these muscles, blank. So our clue here is chest muscles, muscles of our vocal cords, and muscles in our throat. We're trying to identify these muscles. Look at our choices. Clear, right? The answer is letter A. R. The chest muscles, muscles of our vocal cords, and muscles in our throat. Okay, that's why the answer is R. It's letter A. Next number. Another interesting fact is that we cannot sneeze blank our eyes open. So let me underline our clue here. So we have our eyes open. Remember, it says before this one, we cannot sneeze blank our eyes open. So our eyes open here serves as this one. This serves as the condition. Again, our eyes open. This is the condition about why we cannot sneeze. Okay, we cannot sneeze blank our eyes open. Again, it's a condition. So looking at our choices here, what's the best answer we can have? Okay. Another interesting fact is that we cannot sneeze. The answer is letter Q. With our eyes open. Yes. Next, this is only possible if we try really hard, blank. We have to fight our body's reflex. Okay, so we have here, this is only possible if we try really hard. Only possible if we try really hard, blank. Fight our body's reflex. Okay, what's our answer here? This is only possible if we try really hard, blank, we have to fight our body's reflex. This will happen if we fight. Answer is hard, really hard. Letter B, S. Sure. Why as? Because as functions like because or since. Okay. Yeah. Because or since. Okay. That's for as. Again, as functions like because or since. Okay. This is only possible if we try really hard, as we have to fight our body's reflex. Okay, next. No one really knows blank this happens. Possibly, no one really knows blank this happens. Sorry, excuse me. No one will knows blank this happens. Easy. What's the answer for number 35? Oh, let me do this up first. I forgot for number 34. Okay. What's the answer for number 35? Look at the choices here. We have by, despite, however, moreover, them, to, were, while, why, and with. Okay? So the best answer for this one, no one really knows. Our clue, this happens. Why this happens. P, why this happens. Okay? That's it for number 35. Next, possibly the brain sends a message to our eyes to close before we sneeze. Yes. Blank 36. Avoid embarrassment in public places. Oh, this is easy. Blank avoid. So we have here number or letter K. The answer is 2. Avoid embarrassment in public places. To avoid. Okay? We may have tried to hold our sneezes. Okay, to avoid. It's actually easier. Okay, to avoid embarrassment in public places. Let me type this to take it out. K. We may have tried to hold our sneezes in blank. We should not do that since it can be dangerous. So we are talking about a contrast with our actions that we have to do here. We have tried to hold our sneezes in and should not do it. Should not do that since it can be dangerous. So we have two contrasting statements here. So if we are talking about contrasting statements, so we have here letter E. However, we should not do that since it can be dangerous. Okay, that's it for number 37. However also functions like but and nevertheless. Okay, that's it. That's for number 37. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. When we hold blank in, pressure builds up in the nasal passages and can damage the blood vessels in our eyes or nose. When we hold what? Mr. Kashan, we have here what? When we hold what in, pressure builds up in the nasal passages. So our answer here is, or our clue of the answer is refers to sneezes. Okay, sneezes. Okay, sneezes. We have a choice here that refers to sneezes. So we have the answer is letter, letter J. Them. Again, them refers to the sneezes here in my arrow. Them. Can be dangerous when we hold them in. Okay, that's it for number 38. Okay. Is it clear so far? Feel free to leave a comment if ever you want me to move back or put some more ideas about it. Okay? All right. So since we're done with this section, let's move on to the next section. This one is more on spelling and, of course, the grammar, the structure of the sentence, if you have the correct grammar or not. Okay? So I like this one. I like this section. So let's do this one together. Let's go. So we have here, write the correct word in each of the boxes. Okay? So we have, I live with my family in my grandfather's wooden house built on stilts. When we say stilts, these are long pieces of wood to support the building. Again, long pieces of wood. Long pieces of wood, uh, of wood to support building. Okay, so that's a still during my childhood days. Next, the house was situated. This one. So let's try to correct this spelling. This one is SP for spelling. So the correct spelling for this one is letter situated. Situated on a big piece of land that was fenced. Next, the rusty gate of the entrance. Okay, we have the clue already. Entrance. How we spell it for entrance is ENTRANCE. Entrance. So that's it. Entrance was always locked. So this is also still a spelling error. Okay. Entrance was always locked. It tower over me like a giant watching over the property. It. This one is grammar. G. Why? So you can see earlier, we started our sentence with live. Live is an example of what? Present tense, past tense. This past tense, right? Past tense. So remember to have or to drive as well our verbs in the passage. Okay? So we have here it. So what's a past tense of tower? It's towered because we are also talking about this. This happened during the speaker's childhood days. Again, the speaker's childhood days. Past. Towered over me like a giant watching over the property. Next, I used to sit in a big swing. Remember here, a big swing. You will use in if like inside of something, right? So what's the correct answer here? And this is also a grammar error. What's the answer? It's big swing is a flat open seat. Flat open seat. So the answer is on a big swing in the garden with my dog Fluffy. Okay, next. She seemed to smile wherever. Wherever, this one refers to place. Place. She seemed to smile wherever. I made the swing go higher. Are we talking here about places? We're talking here about any time, right? I made the swing go higher. So it's not wherever, it's whenever. Okay, whenever. Whenever means at any, at any time. At any time. Okay, whenever I made the swing go higher. Okay, that's it for numbers 43. This is also still a grammar. Oh, okay, that's it. Next, I would pretend it was a bus and drive the kids in the neighborhood to a make believe destination. I like this one. Destination. Okay, so let's try to spell this line correctly. Destination. Okay, so we have here destination. This is SP spelling error. So we have DESTINATION. That's destination. Not destinations, because we have here a make believe destination, singular. Okay? We are not referring to going to multiple places. Okay? Only specific place because we are just like trying make believe situation. Okay? Bus and drive, and then we have here make believe destination, only refer to one. Okay? Singular. Next. 45. On some occasions, okay, so let's try to spell this one. This is still spelling error. OCCASIONS. Occasions. I cycled along the compound with a long umbrella in one hand. Okay. My grandfather's flock of geese had a habit of pinching my legs. Okay, so we have here our clue is had a habit of. Had a habit of. So we have here, when we say habit, a habit of blank. So we have the phrase, I will just write it here. Habit of. So when you have this phrase, it must be followed by a verb in its ing form. Ing. Okay, a habit of plus the verb in its ing form. Okay, so it's not pinch because it must be an ing, right? This one, a habit of verb ends with ing. It gives us a repeated or typical action. Repeated action. Okay, again, this one, repeated action. So the answer is just like what I told you earlier. We have a habit of pinching my legs with the sharp beaks. Okay, that's it. Pinching. Therefore, the umbrella was actually an imaginary. This one is, this forgot first. This one is grammar. This is spelling. Imaginary, this reading spelling. So let's try to correct this. It's letter IMAGINARY. Imaginary. Okay? So let's proceed to chase the nasty creatures away. From my parents' bedroom, we're already in number 48. I could simple reach out to the tree. Okay? So let's try to identify first. Simple is what form of the word? So this is an example of adjective. Okay, simple is an example of adjective. Next, our simple is followed by this one, reach out. Reach out is a verb, right? So if you're paying close attention to this one, adjective and then followed by the verb, it's not, right? So it shouldn't be simple. To modify this one, we need a, is it a noun, adverb, or what speech? So we have here, to modify the verb, we need an adverb. So simple, its adverb form is simply. Simply reach out, this one, to describe how the action was given here in this sentence. Okay, I could simply reach out to the tree to pluck rambutans. Wow, rambutans really good. I like it. All right, so let's proceed. 49. Oh, before I forget, this one I just wanted also to identify that this is an adverb. Okay, 49. The convenience. Oh, this one is also spelling error. So we have, let's correct this one together. Convenience is CONVENIENCE. So we have convenience. Okay, convenience came at a price. I was bitten by fierce red ants several times by the process. Is it really by the process? Remember, bitten by fierce red ants, and then we have the process. Is it by the process? We're talking about the action that happened at that time, right? The action that happened at that time. So the correct answer is, this is grammar, during the process. During the process is also considered a valid collocation, right? So this is also considered a valid collocation during the process. Okay? The action happened at that time. That's why we have there during the process. Is it clear? Hmm? Hopefully it's clear, huh? Okay, so that's it for this one. We are already done with numbers 39 to 50. Just trying to review. Perhaps I missed something. Huh? I don't want to do it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yay, we're on to number 50. Done with number 50. Yes. Okay. Hee. So let's proceed to the next one. Fill in each blank with a suitable word. Yes. Oh, this one I heard a lot of times or countless times. I cannot even count them. My students usually say, teacher, this part or this section is very difficult. This is challenging. And then I always tell them, you have to relax because if you pressure your mind, you cannot think clearly. Okay, just like what again I mentioned earlier. If you encounter passages, okay, if you encounter such as this, you have first attempt, you have to read it. You have to read it first. So that again you'll get the thought of what it is about. Okay? So that's it. So for this one, let's just go over it because we are also limited in time. Okay? Or we have limited time. So let's go. So New Year celebration is never complete without fireworks. Yes. Okay, for this one. Imagine seeing colorful lights bursting in the night sky to usher in the first day of the what? Remember, we are talking about New Year celebration, right? So you have the clue here is the first day of the what? We have here first day of the what? First day of the year. Oh, first day of the year. That's it. Okay. All right. So we have first day of the year. It's also like contextual clues. Very important for this kind of passage. You have to look for contextual clues because it's easier if you can find the contextual clues. Right? So that's the purpose of first attempt reading it first. Okay? And the next one, you try to find the contextual clues. Okay. Next, first day of the year. Next. Oh, that. Wait, why did I cover that? Okay. Next, a fireworks display has always attracted blank young and old. A fireworks display has always attracted blank young and old. Do you think the answer here is both? Both, right? Like, I think the answer of fireworks display has always attracted both young and old. But let me tell you this. Both is like used for like specific people or things. Okay? Not general groups. For this one, young and old. This is an example of adjective, right? Okay, adjective. So it's not both. This one, we are not referring to particular individuals. We are referring this one as a group. We're talking young and old as a group. So we cannot use both. So if we cannot use both, then what's the answer? A fireworks display has always attracted. The answer is the young and old. Okay, so it's the. You encounter this one. It's the plus adjective. Okay, again, it's the plus adjective. Young and old. We refers to all people who are young and all who are old. As what I mentioned earlier, we are talking here about the group, not as specific individuals. Okay, that's it. That's why we cannot answer both. I also like, wait, the first one, both, but no, it's the. Okay, that's it. Next, thousands will flock to venues near the display area to get the best blank of the fireworks. Best blank of the fireworks. Our clues here. We have best blank of the fireworks. What do you want to get? You want to change? Do you want to get the best area, display area, so that you can get the best? You can see it, so that you can see the fireworks. We are talking about the view of the fireworks. Yes, that's it. Countries around this one, very easy. Countries around the world go to great lengths to put on the best show. Yes, I actually love watching fireworks during New Year and then share it with your friends and to be together with your families, with other people. Yes, so it's really an enjoyable time. Okay, so that's it. Countries around the world go to great lengths to put on the best show. Next, do you know that fireworks were actually developed blank China? Developed blank China. Is it have you ever thought if the answer is by? Is it by? By, you will use by if you are talking about um, who did, who did, who did it. So you will use by. But China here refers to the location, right? Location. So is it possible to use by? No, right? So the answer is location developed in China because we are specifying the location where it was developed. Okay, that's it. Next, the first natural firecrackers were, what is it? Blank of bamboo stalks. We're talking about the material used here. So if you're talking about the material used to make something, so the answer is made of bamboo stalks. Okay, made of. This is an example of collocation. You already heard about collocation. A collocation, countless words already for that. So what I can really suggest for you to memorize. Yes, memorize those collocations. Okay, made of bamboo stalks. When thrown into a fire, the air pockets in the bamboo stalks would cause them to explode. The Chinese blank that such loud explosion would ward off evil spirits. So if we are talking about, sorry, evil spirits, someone like that. So we are talking about a place, beliefs, right? But if this one, we cannot use the form belief, right? So the Chinese believed that such loud explosion would ward off evil spirits. Next, later bamboo stalks were filled with gunpowder, which would explode when ignited. Okay, that was blank. Okay, our clue here is bamboo stalks were filled with gunpowder. So we are talking now about how. We're talking about the process. The first man-made fireworks was invented. Okay, that's why we are talking. That's why the answer is how, because we are talking about the process of the product. Okay, next. Soon, fireworks gained blank in many countries. Soon gained what? In many countries. It gained popularity. Popularity in many countries. In Europe, they were widely used for religious festivals and entertainment. Okay, so the Europeans eventually began to manufacture their own fireworks. They even blanked the Americans their first taste of fireworks. Okay, this one. I want you to pay attention with we have their first taste of fireworks. So we have here the phrase of gave their first taste of. So when we are talking about gave their first taste of, this is a common collocation. Again, this is a collocation that means to introduce something for the first time. Okay? Introduce something for the first time. Okay, that's it. Again, gave their first taste of is an example of a common collocation or a collocation. It means introduce something for the first time. Okay, so the answer here is gave. They even gave the Americans their first taste of fireworks. Okay. Yep, that's it. Number 60. Next, 61. As interest in them grew, the use of fireworks blank widespread. Widespread. Use of fireworks blank widespread. The answer is became widespread. Yes, the use of fireworks, especially nowadays. Okay. Many countries began to include them as blank of a celebration. What? Quite easy for this one. Blank of celebration, kind of like included already the celebration. So we have here part of a celebration. Part of a celebration. Next, in this modern day, fireworks display can be seen during special events. We have here examples, Christmas and New Year's. If we are giving examples, we have to use or we can use such as Christmas. Okay, again, to introduce examples. That's it, to introduce examples such as. Okay, next, the anticipation of the boom. So when we say anticipation of the boom here, this is a specific event. Okay, a specific event. Just like I said earlier, it's the fireworks display, right? So the anticipation of the boom, blank comes after the lights. So we have here, we need a relative pronoun to complete this thought. Okay, the relative pronoun or the answer for this one is that. Okay, this gives us a relative clause that comes after. Again, that is an example of relative pronoun. Okay, next, we are drawn to the suspense blank creates. No one ever complains after a firework display as it sparks, lifts our spirits, and brings back happy memories. So we are drawn to the suspense of what? Okay, of the fireworks display. So we need something that connotates the fireworks display. So we are drawn to the suspense. They create. So again, they refers to the fireworks display. Yes, that's it for this section. Remember, you have to find the contextual clues so it's easier for you to answer this one. And also don't forget the collocations. It will really be handy in answering such sections as well. Okay? Yes. So since it's already time, it's 1:09, so I need to say goodbye. Hopefully you can still share the same time next. We don't know. And I don't want to give a spoiler, but see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. This is Teacher Jackie. Bye-bye.